live, and we're doing Tixel today with exosomes, you guys. Brand new cutting edge stuff. And we're also going to treat my dry eyes, so I'm here with Nurse Karen. I'll let you guys start coming on. Hi, everybody. We'll let you guys start coming on. Today, we are doing Tixel, which, let's explain how is this different than what I did last week with Soft Wave. This is very, very different, you guys. And I have the question of how can you do Soft Wave 1 week and Tixel the next? And Nurse Karen said you could actually do them both at the same time.
Yes, you could actually do them both at the same time. So Soft Wave goes mid-dermis.
That's
right?
the one that we did.
Yeah,
That's this machine.
Yes. It's always important as a practitioner to assess your patient and what are you treating. So yeah, I can do it at the same time for you. I'm tightening you mid-dermis 1.5 millimeter. And then if it was same day, I'm going to do a setting for Tixel, which goes upper dermis
That's
only.
the one right here.
Yeah. And I want to create those channels because I want good stuff on your face.
Yeah.
Like what's been all over around now is exosomes. Salmon
Let's
DNA,
talk
all
about
these things.
salmon DNA. I heard about, no, it was salmon sperm.
Yeah, it's salmon sperm. But today we're using this product from Elevate, which is Empower, which is umbilical placenta.
Umbilical placenta.
Yes.
So it's exosomes from umbilical
Yeah,
placenta.
yeah.
And let's kind of try to give an example or describe how exosomes differ from like platelet-rich plasma, which uses your own blood, right? And you spin that. So how are exosomes different? I know, but I want to be able to explain.
No,
you want me to
go ahead. You explain it.
Okay, so
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
you're just gonna do all my stuff. She can chime in, and I'm covered in numbing cream, you guys, and you can tell I'm red and blotchy. Sometimes numbing cream does that to you, so this is not my best look. Anyways, exosomes are these little vesicles that contain things like growth factor and genetic materials and proteins that help to rejuvenate the skin, right? And so what we're doing with this Tixel is we're creating these deep channels. How deep are we going?
Well, I'm gonna do a special setting from Brian Johnson. I'm gonna go deep with light heat on you, and then I'm gonna infuse this setting. That's how deep I'm gonna go. But how deep does it go? This Tixel machine only goes 800 microns. So this just upper dermis.
Can you speak English? What is 800 microns? How does that
I really can't
translate?
calculate how much it is, but it's only just the epidermis. So this is
So we're looking at
upper.
1 millimeter deep.
Like 1 to maybe 1.25.
Okay, 1 to 1.25 millimeters
When you
deep.
go 1.5, you're already going to dermis, which was what Soft Wave is.
Right.
All right. So with exosomes, there are different areas where you can harvest it. I don't want to promote what brands I like, but I can tell you what I've been liking.
Okay.
I mean, I use Chimera, I use Empower from Elevate. I think,
And that's where you're sourcing your exosomes.
yes.
Yeah.
Chimera is from mesenchymal stem cells, while Elevate is from umbilical placenta.
Okay, awesome.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to create these little channels. No, it's not microneedling. And the reason why this is very different than like the Morpheus 8 that uses microneedling and radio frequency that I have done you've done a lot of treatments on me in the past about that.
Yeah.
But this uses heat.
This
So
uses heat, okay.
and it creates a channel similar to like microneedling?
Well, there are studies that shows that it can be better because whenever you poke something with needles, what happens? Bleeding. So when there's bleeding, all the topical stuff doesn't go in anymore.
Yeah.
It's blocked. Or with regular microneedling, which I also love, you do a scratching motion. This goes stamping. So it's more precise. It really stamps on how deep I want to go. And the channels with Tixel are open for 2 days. Yeah.
That is such new information for me.
I mean-
So you guys, this is why when I microneedle at home and I have those demos that you guys see on the exclusive content, I never put anything over the top because the channels close so quickly with
correct.
microneedling.
You're so smart.
The channel, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been on the planet for a long time, folks. Been doing this stuff for a while, at almost 57. But when you microneedle at home or microneedle anywhere, to be able to put anything in there, even like platelet-rich plasma or anything like that, the channels close so quickly that it is the trauma itself with microneedling that actually causes your body to rejuvenate. This is different. So Tixel leaves those channels open for 2 days. So we're going to create those channels and then throw some exosomes over the top of them and have it marinate.
Have it marinate. They can, we're going to talk about what this can treat too.
Yes.
Right?
Because we're going to treat my dry eyes.
From melasma too, which is good.
Yeah. So it can treat melasma depending on the settings.
Scars. I do a Canalog and a 5FU on top. Rosacea with Botox on top. So there's different topicals you can put. It can treat festoons, solar lentigos, anything for tight tone and texture.
Tight tone and texture.
Almost everything.
Almost everything, but it also has there's a setting for dry eyes.
Yeah.
And as we know, when we age, things dry up.
Yes.
And your eyes are included in that whole drying effect. So there is actually a setting for dry eyes. So I've been suffering from dry eyes for a while now, you guys, and I thought it was allergies, but it could just be age. And dry eyes get worse with age, and so we're going to treat the dry eyes over a setting over actually my eyeball to heat up the thing, and then we're creating the channels for the exosomes to go in.
It heats up the meibomian glands. So it
Meibomian
keeps
glands.
Your eyes moist.
Yeah.
One thing, we're not using any goggles. This is not a laser, so you can directly open your eyes and we'll do the treatment, or we don't.
Do you do the treatment on the eyeball?
With
the eye open?
With the eyes closed and the eyeball. Yeah.
Has anybody ever done it with the eye open, or is that like a big no?
Because it's not a laser. So if I want to get in there, I can make them look up. It's fine.
We can get super close to the eye because it's just heat, and that's going to help with my dry eyes anyways. Okay, I'm full of numbing cream. Yes. We're going to take all of this off. We had a question, what is the machine? The machine is Tixel, and it creates these microchannels using heat, and then we can use that as like a delivery system. So it's very different than microneedling where those channels close up right away. These channels stay open for 2 days. So we can add a lot of different stuff in there. I forgot that we're also filming this on YouTube long form. So you're going to get like a lot. You got to move around, Lydia, or else you're going to get the side of my face.
Good information. I was like, this is good.
So yeah, these are the exosomes we're using. I think there's a question, what's my favorite exosome or...
This is what we're using today. Empower.
I mean, I don't really have a preference. Exosomes, it comes in prices too, depending on how pure it is.
How pure they are, right.
The purer the better. It depends on people's budget too.
The purer the better. Yeah. Now, how does this, in terms of what's actually in the exosomes, because I had this, my husband drove me here today and he's like, you need to explain how is this different than platelet-rich plasma or stem cells that people are also delivering, and you could deliver both using this Tixel machine.
Your questions are too tough. Exosomes and stem cells. So I will say exosome is the language. It delivers all of these things, mRNA, RNA, and then stem cells, that's the people. So exosomes communicate to the cells.
Oh, I like that. Exosomes communicate to the cells to regenerate.
Exactly.
And that makes more sense.
So
and platelet-rich plasma or stem cells are actually they're direct. They're derived from your own body. So what we're doing, this is very, very different.
So we're having a donor here.
We're having a donor.
Yeah. For MSC, there's a donor for that. This one comes from umbilical placenta, which is age 0. So what does that mean? It's not...
I'm getting age 0 exosomes.
It's not exposed to cancer cells or those things. It's age 0. It's very safe. There's a lot of debate about exosomes. So this is very safe.
Very safe.
What we're going to use.
We're going to use this. And so these are exosomes derived from stem cells, from umbilical stem cells. And
they're age 0. They have not been exposed to anything.
Unbelievable. the stuff that they're doing these days. We're wiping off the numbing cream right now. Does this hurt?
You'll just feel
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go down. I'm going to have to readjust you guys. You're coming along for the ride. Here we go. Let's see if I can move this. I'll try to still make sure I'm in frame here. Maybe go a little higher.
I will always say that the best stem cells or exosomes are the ones that come from a human being. I know that other people are using salmon DNA, but there's nothing better to put on your face but from a human.
From a human.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we don't need salmon DNA. Although
I mean,
I think Denise Richards just had she I was watching her new show. It cracks me up. But she had a salmon sperm delivered to her skin, and she said it improved because it's exosomes, but still it's better to get it from a human than a salmon. Okay.
see what works best for you.
Yeah, what works best for you? I would imagine human.
Actually, sometimes in my treatments, I will combine. I would use Chimera, the best ones, and then they will go home with the Empower. You know, it works perfectly too.
So do you ever send people home with exosomes? If the channels stay open for 2 days, the channels that we're creating today with the Tixel, for those of you just joining, it's created with heat, and those channels stay open for 2 days. So it ends up as a delivery system to deliver these really important ingredients deep into the skin. And so, do you ever send people home with this to continue to apply?
That's a very good question. You always ask me hard questions. All right.
I try to stump you, Karen. Do you ever do that? Do people do
There's
that?
a lot of exosomes out there. Only exosomes, I think, and it's like expensive. The ones that are like Chimera has the best exosomes. So the stability of that, when you open it, you keep it in a cryo refrigerator. You open it, you have to use it right away.
You have to use
That's
it
why I combine it with Elevate, because the shelf life of Elevate, or it depends on people's budget, this is a good product too. I mean, they can go home with it. Once you open it, it's good for 2 days.
Oh,
so I let them go home with it. That's the
Do I get to go home with it?
Yeah, you will.
Yay! Okay, I'll keep you guys updated. And so I'll apply for the next 2 days while those channels are open.
Absolutely.
Yay, okay. Good. And for those of you just joining, we explained what exosomes are. I know it's hard to understand. It's hard for me to understand too. But think of exosomes as like a little car, right? It's a little car that contains all of this little stuff in there, all these little passengers in there, genetic information, DNA, so we're looking at growth factors in there, certain proteins, all of that helps with rejuvenation. So, and we're getting it from an age 0 exosome. That's an age 0 human. That's amazing.
Absolutely. And when you're doing these treatments, you want to infuse good things, right?
Yeah, if you're creating channels to keep them open. Now remember, when we microneedle, those channels close very quickly. So we don't want to put stuff on that will irritate the skin. It's not going to get deep down anyways, but when we're doing Tixel, those channels made with the thermal heat stay open for 48 hours.
Here you go.
Okay, here we go.
This is the tip.
Oh.
These are the pyramids.
Can you see? That's the tip. That's what it looks like, everybody.
So yeah, that's a setting, and as I go like deeper and I go up with heat, look, it's like slower. Did you notice that, Dana?
Oh yeah. So when the heat is higher
and you go deeper,
it's slower.
Yeah, compared to when I do it melasma, look, it's fast.
Okay, so if you're doing a treatment for melasma, you're looking at very, very surface.
You're correct. Yeah, you don't want to aggravate those melanocytes. You don't want to put too much heat. So I'll go 6/400. Yeah.
So that's why it's actually this device, this Tixel device, can treat so many things. And I know you talked about that earlier. But to treat melasma, with this. Have you been having great results with that?
Absolutely. I combine it with tranexamic acid and then put the good stuff, the exosomes, Empower, Elevate, some good skincare, and very great results with melasma.
Amazing.
The problem people treat melasma with IPL, they just aggravate those
That's what
melanocytes.
yeah, exactly.
Happens. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready. You'll notice that I have no makeup on, you guys, but you'll notice I'm very blotchy. This is what happens when you numb. For me, sometimes I get like red and blotchy sometimes when I numb. So that's what you're seeing right now. That's not my normal skin.
All right. I'm gonna start here and let me know how you feel. How's that?
Fine. Feels warm.
Tolerable?
Yeah.
So yeah, some people use a Zimmer.
That's that hose that blows the cold air.
Exactly.
Now we're going deeper on my neck, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when we do my face, we're going to do the Brian Johnson setting.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, Brian Johnson is a multi-millionaire they did a documentary on him called Don't Die, or he wrote a book called Don't Die. I forgot which one. Oh, I think it's a documentary.
Yeah,
it's a Netflix documentary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so he's spending millions of dollars, because he has them to burn, on treatments to get him to live as long as possible. Mm-hmm. And let's just be honest, look as best as he can. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done this treatment.
Age 0, you know?
Yeah. He wants to age backwards.
Well, this is one of his favorite skin therapies. It stimulates collagen, elastin, and with exosomes, it just has a lot of, rejuvenation properties, working on tightness, tone, and texture of the skin all at once.
I love it. It's very tolerable, although I can kind of smell a little bit of the heat.
The burning, right?
The burn.
Yeah.
Have you ever smelled like burnt hair? It kind of it smells a little tiny bit like that, but
well, tomorrow you might see like a few grids. That's normal.
Okay.
Okay, and then please don't exfoliate it, and then
No.
you'll be left with good skin. I really like doing Tixel on the neck area because sometimes you really can't do lasers here. Look, it's like close to the thyroid.
You can't
or,
do
like,
lasers
so
there.
bony, or you just can't reach that area. So this is such a good treatment for that, for fine lines and wrinkles here.
So when we compare that to the soft wave that I did last Friday, that is a deeper kind of skin lifting, and this is a more superficial skin tightening with heat.
You're correct. And if you want your patients to see results faster, I combine it because you can see results faster when you're dealing with texture. With collagen, it takes about 3 months for collagen to form. I mean, so I can say like, oh, you'll have great results the next week. No, it's not true. It takes 3 months for collagen to form.
Yeah. There's some patience that's required with a lot of the in-office procedures. Mm-hmm. It's not like the immediate results that you would get with surgery. And listen, if you are somebody who you already know in the back of your mind, I'm going to have a neck lift or I'm going to have a facelift. I've done multiple live shows with Dr. Mark Monty on that, and also Dr. Lindsay Pennington in Louisiana. I had on a live show as well. This is not going to take the place of that. So when you do in-office procedures that have minimal downtime, don't think that you're going to all of a sudden you're going to have this result where you're going to look 10 years younger. You're not. Your skin is going to be functioning younger. It takes a while for that to show up because we're looking at deeper levels of the epidermis and the dermis. So it takes a while for that skin that we're treating, those cells we're treating, to reach up to the surface. But it is improving actually the function of our skin, where surgery doesn't really improve the function of the skin. This is causing our own body to come to the rescue to heal these traumas that are happening. And in addition, we're going to add the exosomes on top that's going to speed the healing, and is going to give us all of that regenerative properties that it has with the genetic material in there and the growth factors from the exosomes. So exciting stuff. And like I said, this is a favorite treatment of Brian Johnson, who wants to live forever, but obviously wants to look good while doing it. And wants to also improve the function of his skin, because skin is our largest organ. We go to the gym and we work on muscles and we work on our cardiovascular health, and we, make sure that we're taking magnesium and we're working on things for brain health and cognitive function. We should also be working on the function of our skin, because it is our largest organ. It is our only outward facing organ, and it is that organ that's tied to our self-esteem. Not a lot of people walk in a room and say, oh my gosh, have you seen my DEXA score? Do you see how dense my bones are? You don't. You walk in skin first, right? And that's the organ that shows our age the fastest, because it's happening inside, but it's showing on this largest organ. So I'm not going to be shamed into doing stuff.
I like that. I also have a lot of requests for hands with Tixel.
God, I'm always wanting to do my hands. I oftentimes tell people, whenever you get an in-office treatment, just ask them to do a couple pulses on your hands. Joan Rivers has that quote that says, you can hide a lot of things, but the hands always give it away. So you always want to treat your hands with the same skincare that you're using on your face, and the same types of procedures, lasers, or different types of things that stimulate collagen production and elastin. You want to do the same thing for your hands. That's all I have to say on that.
I'm going on this problem area, like the
Okay.
middle of the neck, which is like what we all hate.
Yes. So you can see, you guys, it turns a little bit red. Let's see if they have any questions. Let me scroll. I'll scroll while I'm facing this way. I think we've been answering them. There's just a lot of people that are like stunned. They're like, what is happening? You guys, for those of you guys just joining, oh wait, did with too much heat or heat too deep in the tissue? You'll have to explain that question a little bit more. For craft's sake said, is there any discomfort? It just feels warm, but I've also been numbing for close to an hour, maybe 45 minutes.
45
it just feels warm. I would not call this painful. I would imagine if I did not do numbing cream, it would be painful, because you can see the reaction already on my skin, right? The skin is getting red, so there's got to be some pain involved with that if you're not doing a numbing cream. But honestly, it just feels warm. You tell me if you want me to,
No, you're fine.
however I need to do. Miss Lawsway 1 said, love this. I'm glad you're loving it. I'm loving it too.
You can use it for body too.
You could use it you could do this on your whole body.
Yeah, you can.
I did.
Whatever it's skin, it's skin.
Skin is skin, you guys. When I did the soft wave, I had seen that Khloe Kardashian did the soft wave, which is the one that uses the ultrasound. I did last Friday live.
How does this feel, by the way?
It feels very similar to how a Morpheus 8 feels.
Okay.
So it feels like there's a little bit of heat and there's a little bit of poke, but this does not hurt. You guys, I want to preface that by saying I've been doing stuff like this for a long time at my age. At 57, I think I started doing like lasers and things in my 30s. So my tolerance might be slightly different than other people's tolerance. But the quality of the numbing cream helps, you guys. Whenever you have a doctor that says, numb at home, do you have a numbing cream, numb at home, just sit in the waiting room, because the stuff that they have in office is so much stronger than what you would be able to get from Amazon. And it's about the timing too. I wouldn't want to do this procedure without having numbed for a minimum of 30 minutes, minimum. And usually an hour is better. And so I did about 45 minutes, and it's making the treatment very, very tolerable. Now, once the numbing cream wears off you know, an hour or two later, does it start stinging, Nurse Karen?
No. With
Okay.
the exosomes and the carboxy lift mask, you will be fine.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Will, what do you think about dinner plans for tonight? Not
can-
you and me, but me.
You can.
Not you and me together, but maybe I owe you after this. I don't know.
You can. You're
so
fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah. So I'm doing Brian Johnson settings in your face.
Okay, so Brian Johnson's settings. He came up with his own settings. He researched Tixel for a while. Came up with his own settings. So it's going. Are we going deeper but not as hot?
Deeper, not as hot. Yeah.
Deeper and not as hot, so that the exosomes get a chance to go deeper. And we're not doing it as hot because. Why? Because I don't really need it
I
to be.
think you don't need it. It's just the recovery is faster too.
Yeah.
You're not.
So we're looking at a faster recovery. For Craft Say, please check your DM. Sent you a message. I think that was. Yes, for craft's sake, I will look. Wasn't able to go to dinner the next day. Oh wait, hold on. Lisa Henderson said wasn't able to do dinner, or the next day. Interesting. Okay.
Maybe she did a higher setting.
You might have done a higher setting.
Right now, like when patients come to me, I don't want downtime, so I'll do my best. I put on the best exosomes. I put on a mask, so the recovery time is cut in half.
Yeah, so that might be the difference.
Maybe she went higher settings.
You might have gone higher settings, and so and you might not have also done the exosomes, which is going to speed the healing. So we're doing a lower setting but deeper, and then we're going to put the exosomes on, which will speed the healing. And you guys, I'll show you as I'm getting ready to go to dinner tonight, because I do have dinner plans out at a restaurant. Don't change your settings, because I will go out a mess. And I'm not lying about that. That's just like, I live in LA. I've been doing this a long time. This is part of what I do. So will I go to dinner like after a CO2? Absolutely. I will not let it slow me down, because you'll never find a good time to do it if you let it slow you down.
Also, before I treated you, we talked about your setting.
Yeah.
So it's something to talk about with your provider before doing a treatment. Do you have downtime? Some patients will tell me, go blast it out.
Yeah.
If they need it, yes, I would do it. But if they have like baby skin, why would I blast you out? What's the reason why I'm doing such aggressive settings on you? If somebody comes to me with acne scars, a lot of deep wrinkles, then that's a good way. I will do that setting for you.
Yeah. And a lot of people, when you go in to get these in office procedures, you pay the money for it, and so you're like, go big or go home. Give me the best, biggest possible treatment that you can give me. And that sometimes would be a couple days downtime versus me, who might not do as high a setting, but I want the exosomes to go in and really heal and get deeper. And so my downtime isn't going to be as drastic or as long. And you guys, that's all dependent on your technician and what your skin goals are. Does that make sense? Do you want me to go like that?
Yeah.
Okay. I always have texture problems on my chin.
This is so good for that. Also, like, a lot of people have been dissolving fillers under the eyes. This is such a good treatment to tighten that, looseness under the eyes after filler dissolved. So this is such a great treatment.
Or if you're 57 and you just
Yeah.
have looseness under your eyes. That's me raising my hand. I didn't lose weight rapidly, so I don't, if you lost weight rapidly from like Ozempic and stuff, then you would do a higher setting, you'd need more. I've been a health coach for so long, my weight is pretty constant. And so the type of settings that I would use are very different. Because I do have an at-home skincare protocol, because I do microneedling at home, because I do various things, when I go in office, I don't need to go big or go home. Nurse Karen looks at my skin and decides what is it that I need at this particular moment.
Just need some, honestly, your skin's perfect.
Well,
Just need a little bit of rejuvenation.
a little bit of can't we all use a little bit of rejuvenation? Tell me, let's talk price, okay? And I know this question always comes up.
You already know the answer.
I know the answer, but
We're laughing here. All right.
because we're gonna get the question. I know. Lisa wasn't numbed. Lisa, that must have hurt like hell. Lisa said, but you can't put makeup on, right? So what? I will just go skin. My skin. I'll put eye makeup on.
You can put eye makeup on.
Listen, do you think that I care at this age if I go out to a restaurant here in LA and I don't wear any face makeup after having this done? You guys are gonna see me do that tonight. I'm gonna put on a little bit of mascara, a little bit of lipstick. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to like divert people's attention with maybe a cool outfit. I don't know. And then, but I'm not gonna let it slow me down. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna go without any sort of foundation or concealer or anything like that out to dinner tonight on a Friday night in LA. Why not?
I feel like you will look a little bit good because your eyes will be a little bit puffy. Patients love that look after the Tixel.
It'll just be plumped up, so I might look better? Okay. I know people that are seeing this and they're seeing my face get red. They're like, there's no freaking way that this woman is going out to dinner in LA tonight. Trust me. It's happening. Oh, there was a question about can you do the lips?
I haven't done it. I think you can do, let me get back to you about that. Let me ask the clinical side. But you can really go close to the lips.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you want to do that, I'll just tuck my lips in.
Mm-hmm.
This helps with pore size.
Yes.
So that's why we're doing the nose. It helps with pore size, everybody. So there was a lot of questions I had on pore size with in terms of like retinoids and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a treatment for that. This seems to be a treatment for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all based on the settings, right?
Yes.
You can do a lot of things with heat, you guys. You can even make channels in the skin that stay open for 48 hours. That is shocking to me. I'm very excited about that. So you guys will see the process over the next couple of days. I'll be adding the exosomes because these channels will remain open. We got the jowls good.
Mm-hmm. Smell it.
I can smell my skin. So Lisa, yeah, I won't put makeup on. I think it's Indy says some case of Morpheus 8 damaged the tissue with too deep heat, causing fat loss. Mm-hmm. So I thought heat is not recommended. You have got a great answer for this. Okay. Tell me. Yes, you're going to answer this one.
I mean, Morpheus is a great machine, but in the hands of a wrong provider, it can be detrimental because, as we all know, where you're doing 2 or 3, you're already on the fat layer of the skin.
She's meaning 2 or 3 millimeters deep. You're already in the layer of the fat.
Yeah. That is depending on where it is, but for the face, like there now, when I go 2, I might melt some of her fat already. So this just goes upper dermis, but Morpheus can melt fat when you go too deep.
And Morpheus can't it go up to 3 millimeters or 2 millimeters?
The Morpheus body can go up to 7 millimeters.
Yeah. So
Morpheus goes.
Some people might want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 7 millimeters.
Yeah. And some people just go like, oh, let's do like they go big or go home. So when they go big or go home, they think I'll go too deep with a lot of heat. Yeah, that's when people start burning tissue.
Start burning tissue. Yeah. So this has no, because we're superficial, we're not in that layer of fat.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it safe to actually do around the eyes as well, right? Which we're going to do.
Also, like as a provider, you take a look at your patient, how much fat they have there. You don't look at the book and follow that setting. You tailor it for your patient and understand their anatomy.
Yeah.
Or what are they looking for? What are you treating? So I won't go 3 millimeters on Darnell. She wants to save all her fat there on your face, right?
Your fat is so important. That's why when I see people who are on like these weight loss shots and they lose all the fat and they lose this fat in their face, you guys, we want to protect the fat in our face at all costs as we age. Because fat distribution, along with bone loss, is one of the distinguishing factors that show age in your face. Not only do you lose fat as you age, and the fat gets redistributed, your muscle sinks down, and you also, sorry,
Go ahead.
your muscle sinks down, and you lose fat. So you want to make sure you're losing bone, you're losing fat. You want to preserve both of those at all costs. There was a question of how often can you do this? How often can you do this treatment was one of the questions.
Yes, it depends on the settings. If
Yeah.
you go deep, like, so Tixel can work as like maybe like a regular RF with less heat, or it can work as a deep Fraxel depending on your settings. So if I go deep, I would say you want that thing to heal, so I would do 6 weeks and wait. Or sometimes some patients, like superficial, the last mile, would do 4 weeks.
Okay, so 4 to 6 weeks depending on the settings,
Yeah.
all right? And Andrew Starr, who I love, said, I went out to eat at a wine bar after this. I didn't care. Same treatment, LOL. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it help with scars? We already went over that. Yes, it does.
She's right about that. You will glow after 1 week.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like, like this is
You-
epidermis.
so
It's
Lisa
like
says
feeling
you-
your face.
Lisa R. Henderson says, yes, you will love it 1 week out. Amazing.
True. I like
Let's see
it.
if there, let's get caught up. Okay, we're caught up.
All right, so I'm doing your eyes. Let me see.
Okay.
Big smile. All right.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
I'm due for Botox too, you guys, so just so you know.
Okay, big smile for me. All right, relax. So there's a different setting for your eyes.
Oh, are we going a little bit more intense
Yeah.
on the eyes? Okay, good.
Sometimes people swell here. That's where lymphatic drainage goes. So sometimes they have sausage eyes.
Oh. Well, that would be interesting to go out to dinner with sausage eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing it, you guys. I pre-warned the people we're meeting, by the way. I just said, I'm having an in-office procedure. I might look like hell, but I'm coming.
How is that?
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So this will help with the crepiness around the eye.
Absolutely. Open your eyes for me.
Ooh. Well, that's freaky.
How is that?
That was fine. Weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
But fine. Let's see if I can pull this down a little bit. That was so weird. Okay, keep them open.
No, you can. Whatever you feel is comfortable.
No, it was fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
You just tell me what's the best. How am I going to get the best treatment?
Open your eyes for me. One more. Mhm. Okay, perfect. So I really went close there.
Good.
All right. Ready for your dry eyes?
Now we're going to treat dry eyes. You guys, like I said earlier, when you get older, it's not just your skin that dries up. Your eyes dry up. Vagina dries up. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of dryness. And so I've been suffering from dry eyes, and this actually has an indication, a setting specifically for dry eyes. So I'm super excited about that. You're going to go over my eyeball.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna do one pause, so you and then tell me how it is.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
How was that?
Fine, but I felt like you were on this part of the eyeball, so it wasn't right up. Oh, it's okay. Oh, wow. Oh, interesting. It feels like about what you would think it would feel like over an eyeball.
Okay, I'm
That
done
was
with that
it?
eye. Yeah. How does it feel?
It feels
I'm gonna let you do my.
Do you want me to do you next?
I have dry eyes.
You have dry eyes. Have you? And you've never treated yourself with this?
No, because I can't. I have to close my eyes.
I'd have to go into training with this. How long did you train for this device?
Well, you know, whenever you train for a device, it's like a one-day training. The instructor, whoever it is, like trains you.
Okay. Should I go in for 1 day training just so I can tag team you and I'll do your eyes? Okay. Honestly, it did not feel bad at all. A little weird, but not bad. Okay, we're doing the next one.
But also, like with training, as a practitioner, you have to understand what are you treating. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
with doing stuff.
What are you treating?
What are you treating?
If you understand the why, and I've said this a lot, if you understand the why you're doing something and how it works,
Yes.
you're way more likely to implement this as part of your skincare regimen. And it goes that way with anything that has to do with health. If you understand exosomes, you're going to be more likely to go be curious and ask about them, right? If you understand the rejuvenation process that happens when you're using these vesicles that are just filled with growth factor and genetic material and proteins that help skin rejuvenate, then you're more likely to say, hey, let's do something with exosomes. Let's go in for an exosome treatment, right? Isn't it like so
That was a great shot.
so cool?
You did it. The eyes.
I did it. That's it for the
Yes.
eyes.
Yes.
Wow.
Just
I'm
finishing
excited
up
about
your whole
that.
face. And
And then we'll put the exosomes
yes,
on.
Yeah, and then I'll fix the gaps. I can see where I forgot.
It's just like with when I microneedle at home, you guys. When you have seen those live shows that I've done, when I microneedle, you let the skin sit for a second, and then you can see where you've missed, right? Where you didn't get a reaction in the skin. So that's what Nurse Karen is doing now. She's seeing the spaces where it obviously was a little bit of a gap, where there was a missed gap, and she's going back over those areas to treat them. So I do the same thing when I microneedle at home.
So I did 2 passes in there.
Yay!
That was easy, right?
So easy.
So same thing. You can use this for hair.
What?
Yeah, because you're creating channels. So you can use like a hair serum after.
Oh my God. This has just
People are
opened up a
balding
whole.
here.
This has just opened up a whole other can of worms. Because that's such a country saying that I just said. Have you heard of that? Opened up a
And
can of
also
worms.
like active acne. You can treat active acne with this laser.
Really?
Antimicrobial, there's heat.
It's antimicrobial because there's heat. That makes perfect sense. So fine lines and wrinkles, skin tone and texture,
Acne
tightening the
scars.
skin, acne scars, melasma,
Active acne.
active acne, dry eyes,
Vitiligo.
Holy shit. It's a lot. That treats a lot. And really the biggest thing that is the wow factor to me is that the channels stay open for 48 hours, and you can never, the channels for Morpheus 8, the channels for any sort of microneedling, they don't stay open. So to try to push product in there, it doesn't make any sense. This makes complete sense to keep the channels open with this heat. It creates those channels and then really get the exosomes deep in there.
And a lot of openings, 81 openings. 81? Yeah.
Can you put that up to the screen so they can see 81 openings? Wow. That's so cool. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna talk price, because I know people are gonna ask. If somebody were to just come in and want to do the eyes, just the eye area, are we looking at around $350, $300, something around there?
You know your price, huh? Yes, that's what I think.
totally
what
guessed.
is going on around the market. Like, yeah, it can range from $350 to $700.
Okay, depending on your zip code, you guys,
Yeah.
because people have to pay a lease. So when you go to Beverly Hills, you're going to get a good quality, but also you're paying for real estate too. So it depends. If you live in Iowa or Nebraska, you're going to be probably paying a little bit more on that lower side, like around the 300 amount, like around the eyes. So it's affordable for a lot more people. Now, when we're talking full face and neck, you want to give us a range, Karen? Or do you want me to guess?
Guess.
I would guess full face and neck, because it's about a 30-minute treatment. Full face and neck, I would guess would probably be a range around 1,500 to 3,000.
Full face and neck, it can go like depending on the passes. A light Tixel can be 1,000, 600 to 1,000.
Oh, that's
it's
better.
Very affordable, and advanced Tixel can start from 1,200. This is what makes it expensive. The topicals you're gonna use. So if it's high-end exosomes, the best of the best can go from $3,000 to $6,000, or Empower.
Okay, so now we know why Brian Johnson is doing it. He's got the $3,000 to $6,000 to like put the exosomes and so it depends on the quality of the exosomes as well.
And I tested both, and I think I don't have data to support which works better. There's it depends on the practitioner, whatever they want to use, but I do have my favorite brands.
Of course.
Chimera and Empower.
And
Elevate.
Empower.
Yes.
Elevate.
Those are my favorite brands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Are we still going? Do we have? Okay, good.
I still see some gaps here.
God forbid we have gaps. We don't want any gaps in our skincare treatment.
Especially the one here.
Now, I don't have any filler in my face. I know that's shocking to people, but I don't. I have fat transfer, and I save my fat. I'm so careful with my fat in my face. I really am. And with my bones as well. I take Osteomax, so I make sure I'm not losing bone. Because if you lose bone in your face, you guys, when your bones, during menopause, you guys, when your bones become less dense, it's not just the bones in your arms or your legs. It's not just your femurs. It's in your face as well, your cheekbones. So protecting your bones, protecting your fat, super, super important as you age. If you guys are interested in my Osteomax, which is that K2D3 supplement that I have that creates strong bones and really directs calcium out of the arteries into the bone, you can comment the word supplements after I get done with this whole live. I'm going to post this live to my main feed, and you can comment in the comment section, not here, but in the comment section you can comment supplements, and it will take you to the supplement page. I have a big announcement though, you guys, for tomorrow. On tomorrow's live, I'm going to be live again, 2 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it is all about the Live Young Healthy Aging Retreat, and I am doing a giant giveaway. I am giving away a bed at the retreat. I don't even know what it's valued at. It's got to be around $3,000, but I'm giving away a bed at the retreat. The retreat is in Malibu Canyons, May 1st through May 4th, and it is I'm doing a giant giveaway tomorrow, because the gift bags alone are going to cover the cost of your accommodations. That's what we're going for. Everybody will get a red light therapy mask. I don't even want to spoil it, what's going to be in the gift bags. It's more like a toolbox. And I'm giving away an entire bed for the full stay, May 1st through 4th, in Malibu Canyons, tomorrow, live on air on Instagram. So
how does this feel?
Feels great. Oh, are you putting the exosomes on now?
It smells like.
It smells interesting. What is that? It smells, well, I have to warn my guests I might go out to dinner smelling a little interesting. It doesn't smell bad. But it definitely has a distinct smell. how would you describe it, Karen?
It definitely comes from humans. You know, like the first exosome.
It definitely comes from humans, is the description of the smell of exosomes. It definitely comes from humans. Okay.
The first exosome out there is the TNS from Skin Medica. It comes from foreskin. Remember that
Yes,
product?
I do
that's
remember
how
that
it-
product.
I love that product.
I loved that product too. It was a topical product from TNS, and it came from stem cells from foreskin.
Yes.
Yeah, you heard that right. And it
the same.
smelled about like it came from the from foreskin. It smell. It kind of smelled like that. And I don't use that product anymore. I don't even know if it's on the market anymore.
It is. I still like it. Yeah, but Empower has their own post procedure, which I'll give to you. If you want.
It definitely smells like it comes from a human. That's a good way to describe it. But a human part, I don't know what it that. I don't know.
All right.
It smells interesting. Are we?
Should we do the Carboxy mask on you?
Well, we have 9 minutes. Let's explain what the Carboxy mask is. So the main thing that we just did, you guys, for those of you just joining, and I urge you to come on tomorrow because I'm giving away a free bed at the retreat. It's beyond. But that said, what we just did was, you see this device, for those of you just coming on, this device right here is the Tixel device. It has many different uses, but we created these channels into the skin, and she just applied, oh my god, my tongue.
Yeah.
We just applied the exosomes over the top of it that is sinking in those channels, and the channels stay open for 48 hours. So I'm also going home with exosomes, and exosomes, we learned earlier, are those little vesicles, and these are taken from umbilical, they're exosomes from the umbilical cord, fetal umbilical cord, embryonic umbilical cord, sorry. And so the exosomes are these little vesicles that are taken from there that contain all of these genetic material, new genetic material, growth factors, proteins that are particularly geared towards creating and rejuvenating skin. So we're starting with exosomes from a zero-age human and putting them into the skin, and they're going deep into those channels that we just created with the Tixel.
So are you ready there now?
I'm ready. Okay, explain what we're doing now.
So this is a,
Okay, wait, let me get you in frame.
yeah, it's
Okay.
a Carboxy lift mask. So we use this after treatment. So what happens when you put carbon dioxide on your face? The body will tell, I want more oxygen. So it brings that oxygen in your face. I would say it's like a portable hyperbaric chamber. So it lessens
interesting.
downtime. It helps with skin rejuvenation.
So you think of it as a portable hyperbaric chamber because the oxygen is not escaping through the skin,
Well,
or
when you put in carboxy or carbon dioxide in your face, the body will say, I want more oxygen, so all the oxygen will go in your face. So all the surge is there.
I see. Oh, that makes sense.
So yeah, they make this for the face, and they also make one, it's called the Carboxy V-Lip for the vaginal area.
What?
And yes, so
We can't do that one live, you guys.
not one live.
we can't do that one live, but that's interesting. So that would plump up the labia.
Yes, it does. The studies are very promising. The before and afters are good.
Would this be similar to so we're kind of locking the exosomes in there?
Mm-hmm. The exosomes are already inside there. It already went in your. So it's just like
Can't get
these
out.
are like things that you just want your patients to just have the full red carpet.
Oh, we're getting the
treatment.
full red carpet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want them to have no downtime. So I'm just like putting things on top of each other. So yeah, with prices too, like as soon as you keep on topping stuff, then that's where the price goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this stays on you for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I rinse it off?
Yes, you just rinse it off.
And then do I reapply the exosomes or no?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go home, because it'll take me a little while to go home,
Yeah.
I'll rinse this off with cool water,
Yes.
just
Mm-hmm.
no soap or anything, just
You can with soap.
with like a little,
Fine.
so I'll use a little
Gentle cleanser,
Physoderm
yeah.
or a CeraVe or something like that. No scent,
Mm-hmm.
nothing that has an active in it, just
You're
something
correct.
that will go
Mhm.
clean, so no
Yeah.
retinoids.
Mm-hmm.
And then for how long would you say you would not want to use any sort of retinoids on the skin?
5 to 6 days.
5 to 6 days.
Glycolic acid, like just same thing.
Same thing. So don't exfoliate the skin. I'm going to say a week.
6 days is fine.
6 days. Okay, 6 days. Don't exfoliate the skin for 6 days because remember we have the exosomes in there and we don't want to do anything that's going to take that skin down.
You're correct. It's like the mist, right?
Yeah, we need it to like do its little magic.
How does this feel?
It feels like I'm a cake being frosted.
Mm-hmm.
This one smells so much better, I have to say. It's taking the exosome smell away. I do feel like my face is a cake being frosted.
Sorry.
You guys always come prepared
This
for
is
these
also
things.
good for bruising after surgery.
This mask
Yes,
is?
yes.
Really?
Yes.
Explain how that would work.
It's like a
because
hyperbaric
you can kind of
chamber.
see like my brain's going
Yeah.
like, wait a second, how would that? Because you're.
Produces more blood flow.
I was just
Yeah.
going to say it must increase circulation.
Yeah, you already know the answer.
It must increase circulation. So can we red light therapy,
Yes, you
or
can.
do we want to wait?
You can.
Okay, because we're going to
I
increase.
love red light therapy.
I do it every single morning. I do a cold plunge every morning, and I step into my red light therapy. I have panels on the wall.
Open your eyes for me.
Oh, I opened my mouth. Okay. Wrong body part.
Yeah, you're gonna end with this. Are you ready there now?
What?
You're done.
I'm done! Yay! Oh my god! Oh, that is like perfect timing. Look at that. Perfect timing. Okay.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Perfect timing. Okay, you guys, join me tomorrow. Look at this. Oh my god. Let's get up here.
It's the Carboxy lift mask.
It's like I was just slimed.
Actually, like if people want to look good, they put that on before.
Get in here.
anything else.
Okay. You guys, how old are you, Nurse Karen? Can I ask you on camera?
I can't.
You won't?
I'm in my 40s.
You
Nearing 50. Yeah.
You're in your late 40s. You
Yeah, late
look
40s.
so snatched. It's ridiculous. That's from all of these types of treatments. So
Tixel,
soft wave, which we just did.
I have a great surgeon too,
Dr. Mark
Armani.
Monty,
He's
yes,
the best.
yes, yes. Okay, so I've been officially slimed. Like, thank God you got to wear your hair up, you guys, when you do these things. Wear your hair up and come in a tube top, right?
Actually, this comes with a headband, so you can do it at home.
That might have been helpful prior to this. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I know, for those of you just joining me, I'm going to post this to my main feed. Send it to anybody that's interested in skin rejuvenation, who is interested in exosomes, who's interested in in-office procedures that don't take a lot of downtime, okay? So when I post this to my main feed, send it to some people, give it a heart, and join me tomorrow, you guys, because tomorrow I'm giving away a bed at the Live Young Healthy Aging Retreat. Nurse Karen, I cannot thank you enough. You are really, like, honestly, I loaded her up with some supplements though, you guys. But
I'm excited.
now I think I feel like I need to take you to dinner or something. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, I'm going to post this right now. Have a great rest of your Friday. I'll see you at my normal time on Instagram Live tomorrow at 12. Okay.